In the Pride Lands, everyone lived by one important rule: respect the king and his family. Mufasa was the king, and he ruled with kindness and strength. His brother, Scar, was jealous because he wasn't going to be king. One day, an important event happened. Mufasa's son, Simba, was born, and all the animals came to see him. But Scar didn't show up. When he was asked why, Scar said it was a mistake, that he had forgotten. He didn't mean any harm, but it was clear that Scar was upset. Deep down, Scar wanted to be the king. As Simba grew older, he started learning from his father, Mufasa. Together, they walked around their kingdom, the Pride Lands. Mufasa told Simba that everything the light touched was part of their kingdom. "One day, Simba," Mufasa said, "the sun will set on my time as king, and it will rise with you as the new king." Simba was young and curious. He loved to explore and learn new things, but there was one place he wasn't allowed to go: the dark, shadowy area beyond the Pride Lands. Simba asked his father why he couldn't go there. Mufasa explained that a king must understand the balance of life. Some places were dangerous and should be avoided. But Simba didn't fully understand. He asked, "I thought a king could do whatever he wants." Mufasa smiled and said that being a king wasn't about doing whatever you wanted. It was about being wise and knowing how to keep everyone safe. One day Scar saw a chance to trick Simba. Scar knew that Simba was curious and loved adventures. He talked to Simba and mentioned a forbidden place, the elephant graveyard. Scar told him it was a scary and dangerous place. This made Simba even more curious. Simba wanted to go there, even though his father had warned him not to. He asked his friend Nala to come along with him, and together they snuck away to explore the elephant graveyard. When they got there, they realized it was a very dangerous place. They met 3 hungry hyenas who wanted to eat them. Simba and Nala were scared and tried to run, but the hyenas chased them. Just when things seemed hopeless, Mufasa arrived. He fought off the hyenas and saved Simba and Nala. Mufasa was very angry and disappointed in Simba. "You disobeyed me, Simba," Mufasa said. "You could have been killed. And worse, you put Nala in danger too." Simba felt ashamed. He wanted to show his father he could be brave, but Mufasa explained that true bravery means being smart and only being brave when it's really needed. Later that night, Mufasa took Simba out under the stars. The sky was full of bright, shining stars. Mufasa told Simba a special secret. "The great kings of the past look down on us from these stars," Mufasa said. "Whenever you feel alone, remember, they will always be there to guide you, and so will I." Simba felt comforted by his father's words and promised to be more careful. But Scar was still plotting to take over the throne. He was full of jealousy and anger. Scar made a plan to get rid of Mufasa and Simba. He led Simba into a dangerous area, a gorge, where a stampede of wildebeest suddenly started running. Simba was in great danger, and Mufasa rushed to save him. Mufasa managed to get Simba to safety, but as he tried to climb up himself, Scar was waiting at the top. Instead of helping Mufasa, Scar let him fall, whispering, "Long live the king." Mufasa fell to his death. Simba was heartbroken. Scar told Simba that it was his fault. He made Simba believe that he had caused his father's death. Filled with guilt and fear, Simba ran away, just like Scar told him to. Scar's plan had worked. Simba was gone, and Scar became the new king. Scar's rule was cruel and harsh. Under his leadership, the Pride Lands began to fall apart. The animals suffered, and the land became dry and barren. Meanwhile, Simba was far away from home, feeling lost and sad. He believed he was responsible for his father's death. While living in exile, Simba met 2 new friends, Timon and Pumbaa. They taught him their way of life, Hakuna Matata, which means no worries. Simba tried to forget his past and lived a carefree life with his new friends. But deep down, he knew something was missing. One day, Simba's childhood friend, Nala, found him. She was shocked to see him alive. Nala told Simba that the Pride Lands were in trouble. Scar was a terrible king, and the land was suffering. She begged Simba to come back and take his place as the true king. But Simba was scared. He still believed that he was the reason his father had died, and he didn't think he could be king. He felt unworthy. At this moment, a wise baboon named Rafiki appeared. Rafiki reminded Simba of who he really was. He told Simba that Mufasa's spirit was still alive within him. Rafiki led Simba to a special place and showed him his reflection in the water. As Simba looked at his reflection, he heard Mufasa's voice. "Remember who you are," Mufasa's voice said. "You are my son, and the one true king." This gave Simba the strength and courage he needed to return home and face Scar. Simba returned to the Pride Lands and saw the damage Scar had caused. The land was dry, the animals were starving, and everything was out of balance. Simba challenged Scar for the throne. At first, Scar tried to blame everything on the hyenas, but his lies were exposed. In the heat of the battle, Scar revealed the truth. "I killed Mufasa," he admitted. Simba, filled with anger and pain, fought Scar. In the end, Scar was defeated, and the hyenas, angry at Scar for betraying them, turned against him. With Scar gone, Simba took his rightful place as king. The rains returned, and the Pride Lands began to heal. Life returned to normal, and peace was restored. Simba had become the king that Mufasa always knew he could be. The circle of life continued, and the Pride Lands flourished once again. 1. Respect the king, meaning to honor and obey the king. Usage. In the Pride Lands, everyone lived by one important rule: respect the king and his family. 2. Important event, meaning a significant or notable occurrence. Usage. One day, an important event happened. Mufasa's son Simba was born. 3. Walked around the kingdom, meaning moving about in the royal land to explore or inspect. Usage. Together, they walked around their kingdom, the Pride Lands. 4th part of their kingdom, meaning belonging to their land or domain. Usage. Mufasa told Simba that everything the light touched was part of their kingdom. 5. Understand the balance of life, meaning recognize the importance of maintaining harmony in nature. Usage. Mufasa explained that a king must understand the balance of life. 6th. Deliberately disobeyed, meaning intentionally broke a rule or refused to follow an order. Usage. Mufasa said, "You deliberately disobeyed me, Simba." 7. Put in danger, meaning to cause someone to be at risk or in harm's way. Usage. Mufasa said, "You could have been killed, and worse, you put Nala in danger too." 8. True bravery, meaning real courage, especially when it is needed most. Usage. Mufasa explained that true bravery means being smart and only being brave when it's really needed. 9. Look down on us, meaning to watch over someone from above, often used metaphorically. Usage. The great kings of the past look down on us from these stars. 10th. Plotting to take over, meaning secretly planning to seize control or power. Usage. Scar was still plotting to take over the throne. 11th. Led into a trap, meaning to deceive someone into a dangerous situation. Usage. Scar led Simba into a dangerous area. 12. Filled with guilt, meaning overcome with feelings of responsibility or remorse for something wrong. Usage. Simba was heartbroken. Scar told Simba that it was his fault, filling him with guilt. 13. Taught him their way of life, meaning showed someone how they live and behave. Usage. Timon and Pumbaa taught him their way of life. Hakuna Matata. 14. Take his place as king, meaning to assume the role or position of the king. Usage. Nala begged Simba to come back and take his place as the true king. 15. True king, meaning the rightful or legitimate ruler. Usage. You are my son and the one true king. 16. Return home, meaning to go back to one's original place or homeland. Usage. Simba returned home and saw the damage Scar had caused. 17th. Reign of terror, meaning a period of oppressive and harsh rule. Usage. Scar's rule was cruel and harsh. 18. Take his rightful place, meaning To assume the position that one deserves or is entitled to. Usage. Simba took his rightful place as king. 19. Restore peace. Meaning, to bring back calm and order. Usage. Simba took his rightful place as king, and peace was restored. 20. Circle of life. Meaning, the natural cycle of birth, life, and death. Usage. Simba had become the king that Mufasa always knew he could be. The circle of life continued.